If you lose your Dazzle as well as your Slark, they can just take mid-racks. Bebby on the run out of here. Evasion not going to help. In fact, the Adapted Strike, he does have DP up, but there's no way he's going to survive long enough to use it. That is 2 heroes down for MVP, and VG Gaming, their only concern right now is top lane, but they can take a mid-racks in return.
It's 2 heroes and 2 lanes of racks. How could do it alone right now? He is going to be pushing so fast, but of course, he's going to have plenty of help coming in from Super with this ridiculous amount of attack speed. Just look at these barracks just disappear. It's currently only Hal hitting it. Imagine if the Lina was laying into that one as well, but she's going to go for the top tower. MVP doing the right thing. They can't defend this at all. So they're going to try to get the best possible trade here, which is unfortunately for them a tier 2 tower. But if they try to fight, the game is over. They have to give 2 lanes up. They can't fight without this one.
No other choice, but at least MVP have one upside. That tier 2 tower still exists on the bottom, which is the only reason why VG Gaming are not sticking around for Megas. The SB is charging in, but this is way too early. None of his team is alive. So March gets to his own secret shop. But the charge is not completed, obviously. Crystal Maiden buying herself something nice. Now Solar Crest to go with that Glimmer Cape. Fully accessorized CM.
They just got so much gold.
Yep.
When you get 2 lanes of racks, just look at that.
12,000 gold, 11,000 in the experience. It's all swinging the way of VG Gaming. An Aghanim Scepter for FY. If he wasn't dangerous before, he's even more dangerous now. He's even still got a casually stolen Shallow Grave.
They can make a big play with this, actually. I don't think MVP are aware at all. Oh, QO's in a really bad position, actually.
There's your hook shot. They catch him out, pick him up, throw him down. Adaptive strike for the stun. QO! Again down for the count, and again 70 seconds on the sideline.
That's got to be game over. How are they going to hold this for a whole minute without their most farmed hero?
I think even if they
never mind, Crop is their most farmed hero. How are they going to hold without their second most farmed hero?
Even if they had the Slark, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. VG Gaming is so strong that they can't keep him out. You have a Witch Doctor ulti. The only beautiful way that MVP would do this is if Spirit Breaker causes such chaos, the paralyzing cast person so much, and Witch Doctor gets a full duration, uninterrupted Aghanim Scepter ulti. It's still only level 2 though. But that's like the only way that VG Gaming would be repelled. They wouldn't even win the fight with that. It's just going to push them back and probably have an even trade.
Well, they've got to go for it. March is currently pushing. He's going to charge now. He's not going to be there in a pretty good time.
They have fortification by a little bit more time, and that weave is going to be pretty much at full max when he arrives. So in comes March. He's charging after Super. The stun from Super running too late in the BKB. KP jumps out too, but he got backed up and stunned up almost instantly. KP goes down 80 seconds. And nope, there's your buyback one. Nuts controlled by Ice Ice Ice. That death one, it just doesn't exist. Ice 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 will kill him in the tree line. KP comes out for the Sonic Wave. The hook shot gonna miss. Can't get out, but it can. Now Rubik actually stole Sonic Wave. He's actually got the ulti to help burst down the spot. All he needs is one extra stun. QO dropping low and fly. There she blows. And down he goes. Triple kill for Hal and GG. VG Gaming will take game 1 here against the Korean team MVP. And what a good start. It looked good for MVP. And then VG Gaming, the Morphling came online.
MVP, I think, felt like they had to make some really aggressive plays, which they definitely did, but they got a little bit overzealous on the fights outside the Dire base, and VG Gaming are just too experienced of a team to get phased by that aggression. They played really solidly. They find the key pickoffs, and of course, solid individual plays from everyone on the side of VG Gaming here. So, great game. Very action-packed, as we expect out of MVP, and VG Gaming probably the favorites going in, showing why.
Yeah, that they do, and MVP, of course, they are a crowd favorite. I'd like to see what they do in game number 2, but for now, let's throw it back over to the analyst desk.
Thank you, Toby. Yeah, game 1 done, and VG Gaming winning that one. And I think the panel might be discussing picks, because Seb, you love that Morphling pick in that game.
Yeah, I thought it was a great pick, and as we said also previously, we waited for a Howl performance. Also, actually, Size played very solidly, but I have to say I'm quite impressed with the way he played Morphling, and obviously they picked Morphling not only because they thought it was good, because Morphling is not a hero people are picking right now. It's just a Howl hero. Like he's been known for his Morphling forever, and he likes that hero.
Yeah, I said earlier on we were talking about it while we were watching. Do we think that's a planned thing, or was it a situational thing? Was it reaction to what MVP were drafting, or was it something they were actually going, no, this is something we can definitely pull out?
It kind of fit the style that, okay, it's super tanky and it can carry them into the late game. I think both teams kind of had that sort of, okay, well, if they do this, we're going to do this. Sort of like the Rubik. We're going to let them have the Rubik and we're going to pick the Slark instead, because Slark's actually pretty good versus Rubik, and he fed off the support for a little bit. The Morphling ended up being really, really good. We thought they had no disables, but then they had the Spirit Breaker at that Roche fight.
Oh dear. Oh, you've rubbed Seb up the wrong way now.
17%.
71% or 17%. It's actually, it is insane. You know, you have those, but we all also had that experience, you know, in pubs or whatever. You have that guy that goes through, you're like, but that's never going to happen. What are you thinking? And then he bashes you once and then twice. And then you don't get to see the third bash because you probably abandoned the game.
Or you died. Yeah.
Usually I don't see the third one, I just...
So when we're talking about heroes you don't like very much, is this worse than Techies?
I don't know. It's sometimes, it's like he's going for the Morphling and you're like, he can't get him. He just can't, you know. He needs like 3 bashes and he gets them. But he always gets those bashes, you know. It feels like there's some like Spirit Breaker, Guardian Angel somewhere. That's
he probably won the Dota 2 lottery.
Yeah, exactly. You will be part of the metagame, although you're a bad hero. You know? There's something like this.
Malini, defend it.
I like Spirit Breaker. I think, I mean, obviously there's a small element of randomness there, but at the same time, it played really well into their playstyle. They're very, very aggressive, looking for a lot of kills. We saw that one fight where he turned a single target stun into a 4-hero stun. But they drafted really well around it. Like Spirit Breaker couldn't charge away in lane because they were always waiting with the Frostbite or the Lift. Overall, I thought it was pretty close to Lina. Actually, was the biggest deal because Slark just got obliterated by Lina so many times.
I mean, he didn't build BKB. I felt it was necessary for the Slark to have a BKB that game. Like he could have just like got trapped in the cogs and CM with the ultimate will actually destroy him. So I'm not sure why he didn't actually prioritize on getting magic immunity in that game. I felt it was the utmost necessity for him to actually have it.
Well, I actually have a bit of extra inside information about MVP's Phoenix draft, previous game. So apparently, from hearsay, from what I've heard, March is just thinking, you know what? Top 8, it's great. We're just going to have fun from this point onwards. So, Gyo, what do you want to play? Slark. Okay, let's do it. It's not actually strategical drafting, perhaps.
Sounds really weird to me if they have that approach. I mean, they did great so far. I thought they had a good shot at winning, and yeah, maybe that approach is like, if we play on the heroes we like and we have a lot of fun, then we're going to be better. So if they look at it that way, why not? But I actually think Stark was a very fine pick here. I think it was a fine pick, but as you said, you're facing a Crystal Maiden, although he didn't skill ulti that early, and I thought it was questionable, but anyway, when TM has ulti, Clockwork with Blade Main as well, you can't really fight the Clockwork Blade Main as Slark if you don't have BKB, or at least not effectively. You're going to lose a lot of HPs in the process. It was a Slark versus Lina mid, and that's not an easy matchup, and he had the same net worth, so he really did great.
Okay. Morphling, obviously, you picked it out as the game changer, as the main pick that changed everything. 32 minutes in or so, we had an escape from him as well. It wasn't just killing everything in sight. It was a mixture of things.
Yeah, he always pushes the hero to the limits. You'll see with that action. There was this action close like to the secret shop, so he got Maledict. He was low HP. He was super low, but he kept on fighting, got a triple kill.
Teams returning to the arena, and MVP fine spirits when they came out.
Yeah.
They were laughing about. I'd like to know what that joke was.
Do you see those bashes?
Might well have been.
I told you I would get him.
Yeah, maybe it was. Maybe they were saying, "Hey, should we play techies? That'd be hilarious." Now,
Well, I'm very happy they're in very high spirits. I mean, it is an elimination game after all, and we've seen it in the past few days. That sometimes the pressure and in this type of match can be really high, but
Yeah.
I don't see the pressure.
That's
not on their
there's no
part.
pressure on MVP
No.
Phoenix right now. They are just enjoying every moment of it in there.
I mean, talk about having fun. If I'm playing against Sebastian, first pick Spirit Breaker, second pick Techie.
Well, I'm going to give you the game for sure.
Don't give it away, because we're supposed to be a five-person panel here. We're supposed to be playing together in the same team. You can't give strategies away like that, so they know how to beat us.
Spirit Breaker. But I mean, it worked really well for him, and also we have to point out that he really uses the hero to the maximum potential, in the sense that when you charge in a team fight with Spirit Breaker, you always want to charge the guy that's sitting, as far as possible, so you can bash everyone. I mean, stun everyone on the way, and he's been doing that a lot. I don't remember who they were facing, but there was this big highlight where he just charged and got a triple stun, and it ended up being a team wipe. Thanks to his initiation.
It was just before the Roshan, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I can't remember who they were facing, but it was some very intense game where he actually was the X factor.
Yeah. We were mentioning Morphling just before the teams came out, so why don't we just have a look back at one of the very many few clips of how doing his hell things. This was around 32 minutes, and this was the escape.
That is thanks to FY.
Yeah,
right here, he went for the Skadi instead of the Manta, so he can't really... But FY just lifts the Spirit Breaker and he survives. And
he got Queen of Pain blink, blinks away with his own blink dagger as well, and no warning sight.
This was the fight where we were thinking, oh, this guy's gonna regret not getting a Manta, and then FY showed up.
Yeah, savior of the day.
And it's also for the... that action after, they're unstoppable because, you know, the momentum, the tempo is completely broken because they just get picked off right and left, and then, you know, they need to group up as a team MVP if they want to actually take those fights. If it's 1-by-1, I mean, Vici Gaming, they have a lot of chasing potential, they have a lot of disables, so they're just going to, you know, go down 1-by-1. And the FY play was crucial as a support for all the support players out there when you don't necessarily know what to do at the same point in the game, because sometimes your core are farming, they're waiting for items, and like looking at the map and being like, all right, that guy is pretty, you know, deep, like across the river, he's probably in danger. Just sitting behind him can turn, because they use so much. It's a BKB charge from the co-op, an ulti, 3 heroes or 2 heroes rotating to a lane without any effectiveness. It's a great play from the Rubik.
I think to strengthen that point as well, like sometimes if you think as a support what you want to do, you're going to go to the lane that you have the highest potential to kill. So more or less, it's most often on the carry's lane, since he's going to be able to dish out a lot of damage.
Definitely.
Okay. Morphling first pick, TI5. Great to see that. Slark first time at the main event as well, so a couple of new ones. What are we going to see in game 2?
No?
I thought we were going to see a tech.
It's old hat. It's yesterday's story now.
You never know, but I mean, it's not very...
You know, Morphling is weak against Doom, and we haven't seen Doom.